The quick way to success, the best thing you can do right now is open spy tools such as AdSpy or VidTow. Go filter for the unlisted videos, filter for the top performing ads in the last 30 days, and filter for the length that you prefer, like 1 to 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, or 5 minutes plus, 10 minutes plus, and you're gonna find the top performing VSLs that you can copy, take down the script, transform the audio into a script, change the script to what you prefer. You can use ChatGPT to just rewrite the script the way you want, and you're gonna have a very good copy of a winning VSL that you can start, potentially shooting, and you're gonna have a perfect copy of someone else's VSL that you can, use as a script for your future VSL. And there you go. You have a very good chance that that thing is likely gonna work in your favor, and you can steal other people's ads and potentially make some money. And you can make even hundreds of thousands of dollars this way, which is something that many people do. And a lot of people even preach it in our industry. They teach you how to do that. They make courses around it. So they teach you that you should be copying other people, which, yeah, I agree. It can work and nothing against it. But that's not really my cup of tea. I like to be creative. I like to stay in my creative field. And yes, you can copy certain elements, but you should always make something unique. Otherwise, if you're a copycat, you're gonna always be a step behind, and you're never gonna have that creative impulse to come up with something new and bring freshness to the market so that you can actually be the leader. But if you wanna make millions of dollars, and more importantly, be very consistent with your results, you need to create. That's how we managed to have literally the biggest VSLs in the game with hundreds of millions of views and have the entire industry copying us. The hook, the intros, the type of editing, this how we structure the entire script, the closers at the very end, so we create like scarcity, we boost the AOVs, all of that. That was because we stayed creative. We worked with the best teams out there to create the best VSLs, the best hooks, and be the leaders in the space. And that's not something you do by copying, because if you copy, you're always gonna be a step behind. So the question for you is, do you wanna be a copycat or do you wanna be a creator? And that's up to you. And also depends how hungry you are and if you do wanna make millions. Because if less is enough for you, you can just copy. And that's also a winning strategy, to be honest. Like, it can work. The only thing that, at least for me, for my own personal desires and appetite and perhaps even ego, I wanna do my own shit. I like to stay creative. And if I have to copy someone, I take inspiration out of our own industry. I don't go on VidTow to spy on competitors. I take a look at YouTubers, how they keep retention in the YouTube videos. Or I go on TikTok to get inspiration to see what they are doing to get the user attention in their hooks. Or I just think about it myself by blocking out all other external inputs and just thinking what would work. And in that way, it just works, man. Like, that's how I do my research. I take inspiration from movies. I take inspiration from YouTubers, from TikToks. And I just take inspiration from what hits me personally or what I think could hit others. That's how you stay creative in general, and the best way is just to create. That's what really creates big shifts out there, and it's not necessarily by copying. In fact, in general, if I do end up on VidTow, I only see things that are not really stimulating me. Everyone is doing the same thing over and over again until it gets old. And then sometimes you see someone coming your way with something completely fresh, and you're gonna be like, aha, that's new, that's creative, that's genius. That's something I'm gonna copy. No, you should be the one creating that. And I really encourage you in doing that, because that's how you're gonna make millions of dollars. So, are you a creator or a copycat? See you in the next lesson. Peace.